Hey everybody, and welcome back. This is not what's the formula right now. I'm actually just kind of an update. A lot of things have happened. If you follow the Fig Fed news, or fake, figure wrestling news, you know that my schedule changed, so I don't have as much free time to do as many brands. So I shrunk it down. But I did want to kind of go over just what's on tab. Currently, I'm waiting for it to arrive in the mail. I ordered it. It's a rotating stand. I'm gonna start trying to do a little nicer reviews. Don't expect an intro video. I'm not tech savvy like that. What's interesting about this is actually I started doing these ultimate conversions or even random builds. I'm actually starting to build from scratch now. And you forget the list, but I got my retainer in. But it's gone from just taking some Mattel figures to pretty much eliminating all the Jakks roster that doesn't have an elite a Mattel version and turning them into ultimates. And it's gotten adding decals. I learned how to add in the sticky tack, so that way they were now I can put obviously heads that are custom printed. I still can't for the life of me paint skin tones or like that, so I still send them off for professionals to do that. If you follow the Facebook channel, you saw that the Dino Bravo was redone in great condition. But I just want to share, basically my spreadsheet. You can't see it, but and I can take some people off it because some people finally showed up. But I did want to give credit to the guy who put the decals on. I put my own decals on, but sometimes I do get some decals put on for me, depending on the difficulty. And this is one of those 5-star ones. But check out this one. Tyson Tomko Ultimate. Yeah, I know he was arrested and robbed a bank and whatnot, served his time. But just phenomenal. Obviously, I still have to take off the Austin. I forgot to take the Austin tat off. The only thing I'd say is he didn't blend it very well. You can still see a lot of the outline. Not on the tattoos, just on the trunk. So I'm going to take and I'm going to blend it in very carefully, like I did with the Marcus Corvon. So you don't really see it at all. It just becomes one with the figure. But and I'll share those in greater formula. But they're not quite done yet. The tattoos are attached. The kilts are going to be changed. I actually decided that the Raven one looked really good on the Raven, which is off being decaled right now. That I decided, you know what? Let's go with black of those. So for right now, here is the Highlanders Ultimate. As you can see, the decals are on there. Ended up finding better boot formula. I'm gonna wipe away the writing on the sides because they're not Vikings, they're Scottish. These are just the temporary kilts for now. So, and then the black ones will show up and whatnot. And I'll probably end up adding like a little thing over or something like that, give it a little bit more depth. This one I'm very proud with. So this one got me into starting Ultimates custom version because I was usually very big against custom stuff. I was like, it has to be authentic or nothing. And then I saw someone who did really good work. I took a chance on it. I spent a lot of money, and so taking and converting him into an Ultimate was well worth it to me. Obviously, I just the lower was from the Elite custom, and then the head I had to go wait for another head to come, so I had to go find C&W Toys. Shout out to them because they painted this, and they're like, "Well, what's skin tone going to be like?" I'm like, "Make it like Stone Cold Ultimate," and literally they did exactly that. So, so waiting on Cujo's stuff to arrive to see what happens. The thing was, it even popped in there, but it was a little wobbly. So by adding sticky tack, I could pry it off there, of course, but it doesn't wobble. It's on there. It looks good. Very happy with that. He's not done yet, and he's going to be, again, blended as well a little bit more. But check out Work in Progress Perry Saturn Ultimate. Phenomenal. Like I said, I'm going to get a rotating stand. These guys are all going to serve their own What's the Formula videos. I was just really impressed with them. And then I finally finished up. And he was a little difficult at first because normally I try to make him like really sealed tight. And the problem was like I couldn't use my usual spacer pieces. I couldn't even use my regular spacer pieces because every time I did that, the back would actually pop up because it couldn't fit there. So I had to take that out and realize that the body, the way it is, it does work. This one's a little bit rigid, but and then of course there was a little bit of scratching on the back. It happened when I was trying to bring down the back piece. I had to re-pry it open again. I applied the decals on the body myself. So I applied the heart, and then I decided, it was so hard to get those 4 around there, so I decided to have 3, and because sometimes he would wrestle with the trunks over a little bit, so therefore there's where the 4th one went. So again, very impressed with that one. Just a few more. Now, if you've seen the video, or if you've seen the Facebook post, I figured out a formula to make Ultimo Dragon using the Ultimo Dragon boss fight. Actually, he's on ball joints. Obviously, he's not. This one's going to be painted a little bit to seal up the rest of Tommaso Ciampa gold, and I'll Mod Podge it, and then I can put the little red belt thing over. I can put the Ric Flair Ultimate Torso on there, and I've already dremeled out the head and put sticky tack. That head's ready to go. Everything looks good. I was going to originally use the decal instead and go with a black and silver look to him, but this has turned out phenomenal. And then watching a WCW match, he wrestled in something like this. It was more greenish, but it did have that weird, just kind of black triangle in the crotch area. So he did wrestle and stuff similar to this as well. So, of course, I don't get the double jointed knees. But again, this is just, this looks great for what it's going to be. People say it's going to be too tall. I don't think so. I think that the lower is going to be just fine because it's smaller. And it's still playable, still posable, still movable. I mean, it's still everything. And it's going to look phenomenal, I think, when it's done. I'll show you one more. I'll give you one more. And then Mason Ryan, he's a little rough around the thing. And he was rough because he was originally a purple Triple H, and then I painted him, and then I missed, a little bit with the paint. I wasn't using fine tip, I was using wide tip, and so he's a little bit scuffed up. You can't really notice it too much. You can see a little bit mark right there, so I'm going to try to see if I can't find a way to get that rid of that. But it came back with the decals. So, I mean, it's Mason Ryan. He wasn't exactly around a lot. He didn't do much in the company. I do plan to go through, though, and blend, because he definitely can see what the squares are, where he put the knee pads. I mean, he did a good job. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying I'm going to blend it. Maybe he didn't want to blend it because he didn't want to risk it. So I'll take the risk it. So that is all of them. And then on tap, I'm going to probably end up slicing carefully off these tassels on both sides. This is going to get overhauled. This is going to get cut right here and cut right here and cut right here and cut right here. He's going to get completely painted black, and the decals we applied, and you're looking at the Body Force Super Crazy. I've already had the head recommissioned and painted a little bit to try to match the skin tone of the Macho Man arms. Turns out you can't take these arms off. There are some Ultimates that we're not allowed to take Ultimates off, so I will be switching the hands out, of course. He'll have closed fists and such. And he's going to have white wrist tape. It is what it is. I could probably paint it black if I needed to. But I'm just dabbling into it's the only like a full body Ultimate besides Undertaker I can think of. And luckily black covers all. If it was a different color, it'd be a nightmare. But yeah, I'm going to try and make Super Crazy. And with that being said, oh, you know what? What the heck? One more. Wade Barrett. Now, obviously you may have seen this one already, but with the decals added, yeah, so you couldn't originally add him as is. He would be missing his shoulder tats because that's just how it is. But with decals and fine cutting and good measurement, you have now a Ultimate Wade Barrett, and it looks great. So obviously I'm still waiting on more parts to show up. I'm still waiting on more bodies. The heads for Perry Saturn, of course, won't be here till next Monday probably. So that's unfortunate. Everybody else has been Mod Podged, and they'll be shipped off to my other facility where I have to stay with my collection. So I take them out of the the condo for now and put them in my other place because I'm more there than here. I just build them and whatnot, and then there's not much room here, so I'm always usually busy with the toy store. So phenomenal! I can't wait to blend them. Can't wait to do more. Now, that was bringing me to this list right here. So, just to give you on tap. Now, Kid Cash is currently just got Mod Podged. He's almost done. I did put 2Ks on the front because I thought it looked kind of cool, but it didn't come out right. So, likely, if you ever put a decal, you know it's impossible really to tear it off there without really scraping up everything. So, I'm going to wait till it's dry. I Mod Podged the parts I want to keep, and then I'm just going to paint over that part and then just seal it and call it good. So, he's already pretty much done, so I'm just looking at the list here. So, oops. Okay, clicking on that would just take me away from there. Okay. Muhammad Hassan. I've got plans for him. I'm already built the body. Just need to put the legs on. The head's still on the way back, but it should be here by Monday. So I'm going to send off the body pretty soon for decals. Usually if it's a level 3 or 4, I tend to send off more professionals. I feel confident at 1 and 2. Well, 3 too. If it's 4 and 5, that's why I say no. Johnny Stambola, I'm still waiting to hear back from. The customizer who fully customized that one for me. Originally it was a plan to be an elite. Then I made a makeshift one, and then he was like, are we not doing this? I already made it. I'm like, no, I'll still pay you. I'll still honor it. I'm just now going towards ultimates, not elites anymore. So we agreed, and he's now turning all the elites, or originally elites that he was going to make, into ultimates. So I send the ultimate bodies. He's going to attach them, whatnot, send them as is. For the most part, I'm building my own now at this point. I've actually got the confidence up to build many people. I'm actually looking at attempting Bam Bam Bigelow, probably tomorrow, actually. If all goes well, I'm just going to go get the t-shirt from the Superstar series and throw it over that Andre body, and that Bam Bam will, I think, will be sufficient. It won't be 100%, but I'm also waiting to see what Mattel reveals tomorrow. Because if they are going to reveal some new Ultimates, and one of them happens to be Ultimate Bam Bam Bigelow, then I don't need to waste my time with it. I can think of other people and other avenues. Now, Lars Sullivan was done. Problem was I didn't realize the person had switched the Lesnar torso and the Lesnar legs out. I thought like they just used the Lesnar Elite legs and didn't have the drop down hips. So it didn't turn out as best as I'd like. It works, but it's not that great. If I was to do a rank of 260 Ultimate figures I built or have in my possession, he would be dead last. Just not a fan of that at all. So Baron Corbin got sent off. Raven got sent off. Chris Canyon and Al Snow, I'm still waiting on the Bradshaw lower bodies. I'm going to use those legs for at least one of them, or actually both of them. I'm going to shrink them down a little bit though, because usually what I do is I take those lower legs of Bradshaw from the knee down, and I use those as almost like those black pads, because one of those is going to be used to turn into a Nathan Jones. I've ordered about probably 25 different heads. I've got like 13 from Headeration. I've got at least 7 from Tom Vedge in his school or his wrestling printout or 3D print head store. Mark, of course, also I have a bunch from him. Plus one of the guys who's my decal guy, he's grabbed me a Chavo Guerrero or Steve Blackman or whoever he wants to grab me. And then he wanted me to, evaluate his painting. And so I said, okay, buy one and I'll pay you back, of course, and then paint it. And if it's great, I'll pop on that Chavo. So I went on the decal store. I've got at least another 40 decal things coming in. Pretty sure Curb Stomp's getting sick of me, buying. He packs, but then it sees I've already bought another set again. But the thing is at this rate, I'm running out of people to build. David Von Erich's on the way. I'm waiting for the head. I already built the body for that. I need to get more Austins still. I need to get more Flares. A few more Funks. Buff Bagwell is being built over in the UK right now. I realized he was way too much decal and way too much work, and so I took it to a professional who built my Sean O'Hare. And we were going to do Jeff Jarrett next, but that's going to cost me like $250. So we opted to do $150 and build Buff Bagwell. But Jarrett will come eventually as well. Also, Figured out formulas for Ricochet and Carmelo Hayes, and so they are going to be off on their way here pretty soon. Victor and Connor are another two I've been interested in. I bought the parts to make Corey Graves. Hasn't arrived yet though. Figured out a formula for A Train, as well as like I said, Nathan Jones. I even found a formula out, including a cloth singlet. I gotta buy it. Ludwig Borga, yeah, for those who know. And then for some reason it skipped me. I kept thinking that I couldn't build Sin Cara. I kept thinking I don't have his tattoo, and the decal's not there for the tattoo. Just go with OG Sin Cara. I don't need it. The arm sleeves, yes, it won't be double jointed. That's unfortunate. I mean, I could just go get Hurricane Black, but it's not the end of the world on the arms. But I'm gonna make myself a Ultimate Sin Cara in the very near future, as well as Mike Kanellis. The only person I don't think I've built or have taken out of that old style, that statue style, basically, is Jake Atlas and Commander Aziz, because no idea how I'd even begin to get a formula for that one. He'd have to have an elite at least before I could do something with that. Hoping to get some hands on those Eddie Guerreros. I did originally pre-order 4. Then I realized that the Walmart doesn't just hold your money. It actually charges you fully right then and there. I had bills to pay, so I had to cancel them to get that money back immediately to pay for other bills. And by the time I tried to switch it over, those 4 that I had pre-ordered were long gone. Now, Walmart apparently is shipping out Brock Lesnar. I bought 2 Brock Lesnars. So if pre-orders actually do go through, that sucks. I missed out on them. It's going to cost me a little bit. But from what I've seen, I only need about 3 or 4 of them. I'm going to get one first, crack it open, and if it is the older style, or if it's the newer style, I just need to know. And then I'm looking at building Angel Garza, Humberto, Alberto Del Rio. Not Humberto and Alberto Del Rio. And then Chavo, if he paints great, if the head matches the Ric Flair skin tone like I'd like, then I'll just keep Chavo as Chavo in the WCW attire. So this video's gone long enough. I'm probably bored you to death, but if you like my Ultimates and you want to see more, keep checking back on the channel. I'll keep sharing the formulas. Once the Dragon's done, once other stuff's done, stuff would be done today if I didn't forget to pack a black acrylic paint pen from my other place. So I've got 2 over there and a 0 here. I need to find the other one and put it over here. But long story short, keep checking back. I've got on tap right now about 61 people that I'm building into Ultimates, on top of the 260 Ultimates we already have, and waiting to see what's going to be showing tomorrow, and if that's anything I need to worry about. Obviously, I'm not going to build Kevin Owens. He's on his way. But maybe Hugh Morris might be another one. Looking at the Southern Boys, looking at older tag teams. So stay tuned. Thanks again.